We're having a great time here with Karl Lewis, and he's talking about a word that God has given him for this year, and talking about it's time for promotion. But you're explaining what that means, and one thing you just mentioned here was this, that promotion is for a purpose also.
That's right.
And we can't lose sight of God's original intent. And I think about Mordecai. You just mentioned Mordecai in the time of Esther. And you know, Mordecai, Haman wanted to kill him.
That's right.
But the thing about Mordecai was, it wasn't about him wanting just promotion for the sake of promotion.
Right.
He kept his eye on God's purpose and original intent, which was to deliver Israel and the people of Israel, and his purpose was to use Esther to do so. He kept getting in contact with Esther and said, you're the one called by the side of the king.
Wow.
You're the one called to save these people. He was endorsing the call of Esther, but in doing so, he was purposed in it, and because he valued the purpose, God put him in a place of promotion, and God honored him. And again, that word comes where man has forgotten about you, God is going to remember you this year. And where you have been forgotten, God will honor you because you've been honorable. And God will not forget the honor that you have poured out. And because you've been honorable and you've been found honorable, you're going to see God's honor come into your life. Go ahead.
You know, we need to camp a little bit on this thing about the motive and the purpose of the promotion.
Okay.
Because you said something and it triggered a thought that not one of the people the Lord showed me who were promoted scripturally, they weren't seeking that promotion.
Wow.
Now look at this. Now I don't know, it's a bit of a challenge, and we should be ambitious. Of course, we should be. But in this day and age, I believe many motives have been corrupted.
That's right.
Think of Joseph. He wasn't seeking the position of prime minister. He just wanted to get out of jail.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But God had other plans because he kept himself. He was faithful. He was a man of integrity. God needed him there. Really, not only to save Egypt, but to save Israel. Really to save the world. Would have gone down in complete famine.
That's right.
The same thing with Moses. He knew his call, but again, it was God who promoted him.
Yeah.
Saul, just looking for a donkey. And he's looking for his donkeys, man.
That's true.
And then all of a sudden, intercepts the prophet.
Yeah.
And his whole life, his entire destiny.
And that moment was changed.
Changed. Think about that.
powerful.
David, man, he wasn't, I mean, just a shepherd boy. Going to feed, you know, his father said, will you come and give some stuff to your brothers, give some food to them?
Cheese, yeah, particularly.
Cheese.
They were whining, so they needed some cheese. So God had to send a covenant man, David,
That's right.
to get some cheese
That's
over.
right.
Anyway, let's go on.
So now think about this. This young man goes there and just happens to hear this loudmouth Goliath. Now, he's not thinking of status and position. He's not really thinking about that. But he does know God is a God of reward. He does know that. That with promotion does come rewards.
Yeah.
And so what God is saying, it is promotion time. But let me also say this. The promotion is going to come in ways beyond your intellect, beyond your planning. It can be a phone call, a chance, if you will, meeting with someone, a letter. All of a sudden, could be the door to a new position,
Yeah.
a new status,
Yeah.
a new level of authority.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, God's going to do these different things. That's going to be beyond your working, beyond your planning.
No flesh will glory in it.
That's right.
It's going to be all God. It's going to be something. I see this in my heart is that God is going to, the things He's going to do are going to be so much, just like what you said about, you know, God says, I'll show myself stronger than Pharaoh. And right now in this era, God is going to show for. Some of you have even been. I can see in my heart that some of you have even been in a place where you said, you know, I've not had the proper place of maybe, you know, you've been isolated in a way, and God is saying, you know what, for the season of isolation, God was being Father to you. And you are getting to know Him better than you've ever known Him, closer than you've ever been to Him. And this is a time right now where God is depositing those things in you right now. It's just strong in my heart. God is depositing. This is the season where you are, it's not even isolation, it's really a separation unto Him.
Good, yeah.
It's a separation unto Him. It's a sanctification unto Him. It's your heart. He's doing something. He's taking the layers, like an onion, you know, you just peel back every piece of the onion. He's getting right down into the core of your heart, of your being, and He's really showing you what's in there, and He's allowing you to come to Him and know Him as Father like you've never known Him before. That's what I sense.
You know, when you said that, you know, what you consider isolation could be God's separation unto Him. And a lot of time you define your prison and you misidentify the place you're in. And a lot of times you think it's your problem, but it's the cradle of your promise that God wants to bring into your life. And you said that about isolation and separation, you know, Karl.
That's good.
Another thing, Karl, you just said, you know, was David, when he went and took Goliath out, he was not seeking promotion.
That's right.
He just said something caught up in him where the Spirit of God rose up and said, wait a minute. How could this be possible? How could my God's name be defamed like this? How could you speak against? What about the name of the Lord? Something rose up in his covenant heart. And he said, no, this is not permissible. And it was not about promotion for David, but then he got promotion.
You know what it is? When you said that, David just wanted to do what's right. In fact, you know what? He was wondering, how come this guy didn't get his head taken off already for talking like this? Promotion is coming to those who just want to do what's right.
That's right.
Their purpose for years, they just want to do what's right, period. That's it.
Yeah.
In the sight of the Lord.
In the sight of God. And so that's why the quietness is this. When no one was watching, they were just doing what God said.
Quietness, you mean that people were saying, Lord, it seems to be silent.
Exactly.
I'm not really, I don't know what's
but
going on.
they were still being obedient to
Right.
God. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, no. Now go ahead, talk to me more. There's more. You said there's so many other people. Tell me some more.
You know, let me jump ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Acts chapter 2, talking about this, God can change. I want to encourage people today, in your situation, in your circumstance, this year, in an instant, in a moment, all of a sudden, God's hand can shift you, will shift you instantly and change your life. Lord showed me Acts chapter 2, day of Pentecost after Peter preaches. And it says now, those who gladly heard the word received it. And it says, in that same day, there was added to the church 3,000.
Yes.
One day. Now think about that.
It's a big shift.
Like, in an instant. I'm telling you, the book is full of it. All of a sudden, Daniel promoted. 3 Hebrew boys promoted. Esther promoted. Naomi and Ruth promoted. All of, I mean, from poverty, no name, no recognition, to status in the nation of Israel. You talk about promotion time. I tell you, you better start saying promotion time. It's promotion time for me. This 2008, what God is showing you is this. What is impossible with man is possible with God.